Hey everyone, so welcome to this next week. It's February, and we're going to go ahead and discuss our books. So, we have first The Crown of Swords. Still amazing, a lot of really intense stuff going on. It's definitely not for the faint of heart at all. Um, I'm really upset because my two favorite characters just got into a fight and one of them kind of boosted the other. But I'm also really excited to see where they go. So that'll be interesting to see what comes of it, where he goes to um, because of the fight. So we're going to go ahead and see that. Um, but I'm so surprised that Matt, Nynaeve, and Elaine's plot line is the most interesting because they're normally boring, but this book they've been incredibly interesting. Um, so it's still really, really good. I am a little nervous though. I actually was spoiled a little about something that happens in this book. I didn't realize it was this book, but it's coming up. Something pretty bad that I was spoiled, and I'm not really looking forward to reading it, to be honest. So we'll see what I think of it when it happens, and how Robert Jordan handles it. I've heard a lot of controversy in the fan base about it. So we'll see what I think when that happens. Next is Northanger Abbey. So I've had a lot of negative things to say about Northanger Abbey so far, but thankfully today is mixed positive and negative. So that's really, really good. I dislike how the author talks to the audience. That's kind of frustrating. Um, and I dislike that I have no clue where or why it's called Northanger Abbey. What that is, no idea. But there are some good things about this book. So I'm finally halfway through. I've been going a little too slow, to be honest. But I've been reading during subbing jobs, and it's been kind of fun, and it's getting better. There's a love interest who's absolutely awful, and the main character, Catherine, is finally understanding that he's awful, which is really, really nice to see. But I actually also have a gripe, but also it's kind of interesting with this cover. If you can see, it has the author and it has some character names, and it also has some little quotes. Now, doesn't seem like a problem, but it is because right here it says Captain Tilney. So this is a character that I just met halfway through, and I had absolutely no clue he was important. But I know he's important because he's on the cover. So I kind of wish that that wasn't spoiled for me. I wish it was his brother's name that was on there, but now I have a hint that maybe he's more important than his brother, which is kind of annoying to know ahead of time. Because he's just showed up halfway through, and now I know that he's important. I just don't know why he's important. It doesn't ruin the book, but it's just kind of an annoying detail that I wanted to mention. But it is a lot more interesting, a lot more intriguing. I am suspecting this character, Isabella. I think that she's no good, but the main character still trusts her completely, so we'll see how that goes for her. But I think she's shady. Knowing Jane Austen, having read her a couple of her stories. So now I'm really excited to finish this, and I'm halfway, and it actually hasn't taken me that long to get halfway. So I should be able to finish it hopefully this week. I would like to finish it a little earlier if I could. Which leads to Dragonflight, which is in the Dragon Riders of Pern series. Talked a lot about this. I've also had a lot of negative to say. I feel like last week I was very, very, very negative about everything. It finally picked up a little bit. It did take quite a while for it to get interesting again, which is annoying. But we're finally seeing some relationships develop that I wanted to see develop. We're finally seeing some of the political stuff pay off, not just being boring and reciting rules. That was really frustrating for a little bit. So happy to see the main love interest, I think you pronounce it Floor, Floor, he's finally in charge. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank goodness. He's actually competent. He's not just there spouting traditions at her, which is wonderful. I'm gonna have the discussion with my mom tomorrow. I'm almost to the section that I need to be. I think I only have 7 pages left. Gonna have the discussion with my mom tomorrow. We're actually a week late, so everything's being pushed back with this book, which happens. But I'm excited to finish this. I'm about the halfway point for this one too, for this first book. It doesn't look like it because this is 3 books in one. So I'm about halfway on this book too. So hopefully we'll finish this by the end of February, which is the plan. We'll see how that goes. So like I said, I think last block, next I'm going to be reading Order of the Phoenix. I may actually start this this week, even if I don't finish what I'm supposed to, because I want to get started and I want to get through it. The other ones are super, super quick and not very long, and they move really quickly and are easy to read. This one is the only one that I see taking any amount of time. So I'm hoping to start this week, even though I'm not actually supposed to be there. So that is my goal for this week. I'm also going to be starting this book, maybe reading a chapter or 2 a night. Not really that much in this book. But that is the plan. I hope you have a fabulous week. You can comment below and tell me what you've been reading. It's been fabulous talking to you and reading my books. I hope you have a great week. Bye.